I don't want any more kids. That you are good with babies and small children. I can change a diaper really well, and I can give some loves. I don't know. Am I good with them? Yes. Do I enjoy spending time with them? Maybe. I mean, I like kids, but they're not my favorite.
Fats are 100% FDA approved ingredients and totally good and safe for you to use.
Mommy.
What?
I was talking to Lydia. I'm talking to Dad. We're taking a shower.
Yeah. Why do you always interrupt me?
I just want to tell you that Daddy just
Okay, that's fine. Goodbye.
Oh, you can't say. You don't need to say that to me.
Sorry, you guys. He's mad at his dad about yelling at him.
We can watch a movie together. He said, sounds good. Later on, he messaged me first and told me, hey, straight up, I've never done anything with a guy before. I'm a little bit nervous.
To treatment or to
Mommy.
therapy. What? Hold on. I'm on. Well, I don't. Go find your dad. Sorry, guys, that was my son.
Being child-free is like, God, I wanted to be child-free, to be honest. I'm a mom. I didn't want to be a mom. I am a mom. And I know that sounds horrible to say that, but I didn't want to get pregnant. I didn't want to have kids. I'm glad I have a child now. No, I love my son, but I would sell him on the black market some days. I will say that my son's illness and my son's developmental issues put me at my lowest point mentally, put me at my lowest point with my mental health. I want you guys to think that Mother's Day for every mother is happy, because it's like a dark day in my life. I kind of get depressed on Mother's Day, and I get depressed on his birthday, because it's just kind of a reminder of his life is so fucked up. All the time.
Don't say that! Why did you say that?
I'm sorry that I said that. I'm sorry. I know that was wrong. I know that was bad. I should not have just talked about Godzilla. Oh, he's looking for a dinosaur. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. She's talking to your subscribers.
I'm talking to your subscribers. No? Okay, I'm sorry.
She wouldn't be talking to my subscribers.
Oh, I'm not talking to my subscribers. Okay, I'm talking to my subscribers, okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Hope everybody is having a fantastic week so far. I'm definitely going to skip the pleasantries because there's so much to go through, and with this I think Katie Joy has stooped to a new low and definitely needs to be reminded about herself. So before that, as per usual, my usual disclaimer: please do not take what I say as fact. Please feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Also, by no means am I coming to the defense of the Bates family, their beliefs. I am just voicing my concerns and pointing out how Katie Joy, who claims to be a journalist, exaggerates and embellishes a story to make it worse than it seems, and in my opinion intentionally does this to perpetuate hate and could possibly lead to those she is reporting on be put in harm's way, including children. I was made aware of Katie Joy's latest posting about one of the Bates family members. Let me be very clear before any of Katie Joy's flying monkeys or loyal subscribers decide to take up for her and come after me. Not that I care, but I have always stated, and I stand by, if you knock on my door, I will answer. Also, with the people Katie Joy covers, and I'm talking about people in these religious sects that, without a crystal ball, calls cults, they do not deserve to be harassed, ridiculed, and most importantly, they do not deserve to be put in harm's way. And the last thing Katie Joy should be commenting on is someone else's parenting. So here goes. So this is what, or should I say, a clip that Katie Joy put on her Facebook. Check this out.
Yes, so we came home from the hospital and then went to his first pediatrician appointment, found out that he had lost a good amount of weight, which I know is normal, but since he was already pretty small, so anything under 7 pounds I guess is considered small and preemie. we ended up having to go back every week, and we have to feed him every 2.5 hours, 24/7. So that has been a lot. So we've had a lot of family come over and help, especially at nights, so that we can at least get a little bit of a rest, since 2.5 hours basically drains you. So today we went back, and he is weighing 7 pounds and 6 ounces and has basically gained a pound this past week. So he is now good on all his weight, which is amazing. He's eating a ton, and now we can finally let him sleep throughout the night and not have to wake him up, which we're very excited about.
This is what I heard Lydia say. They just had a baby, and congratulations to them. She also explains that she took the baby to its first appointment after birth, and the baby lost weight, which is absolutely normal. And they were advised to feed the baby every 2.5 hours so the baby can get back to its normal birth weight. That's it. She did not admit to any wrongdoing. She did not give advice to anyone. She was merely telling her story. So there was no complaining, her just explaining what we all know too well, and how exhausting it is to give birth, have a baby, and how it takes a toll on your body. Now, Katie Joy should be the last person, the last person, to be giving commentary or speaking on this topic, because Katie Joy herself is not a good mother, and a neglectful one at that, may I add. I come with receipts. So back to Lydia. She goes on to say that they fed the baby every 2.5 hours, and she found it to be very draining, but they did it with the help of family. He is at a weight of, I think she says, 7 pounds, 6 ounces. She goes on to say he is eating a ton, and she doesn't feel he needs to be woken at night to be fed. That is what I heard. Trace and Lydia Bates have been underfeeding their newborn so badly that he lost a ton of weight. She took him to the pediatrician, and they told Lydia to feed Riker every 2.5 hours. Now, off the back, exaggerating the story, they need family to help. Nothing wrong with that. He gained a pound in a week, so now Lydia is going again to stop feeding him overnight. So Katie Joy is stating that as fact, because there's no question mark at the end of that sentence. Newborns and infants up to 4 months, especially those that are breastfed, need to eat every 2 to 3 hours. In their fundy circles, many families follow a book called Baby Wise, which tells women not to feed their kids overnight. This led to severe failure to thrive in babies. Infants do not have a big enough stomach to hold enough food to sleep overnight at 2 weeks old. Lydia is facing deportation and is openly discussing neglecting her child. Some people should not be parents. Feeding your child is literally the bare minimum. As it states in her last sentence there, she says, some people should not be parents. I totally agree there with you, Katie Joy, because I firmly believe, and this is my belief, is that you should have never become a parent. And also, as you stipulated that you only had a child because your husband wanted a child, you don't have kids to satisfy anybody else. So at the end of the day, you're the last person that should have become a parent. So let's be clear about Katie Joy. She will do whatever she needs to do to make a paycheck, irrelevant of who or what she hurts. Doesn't matter who you are, and this is exactly how Katie Joy keeps the hatred going for these people. As you saw, and I quote, Chase and Lydia have been underfeeding their newborn so badly that he lost a ton of weight. Where did she get that from? Where did she get that? Was Maxie's busy sleeping up on my feet? How? I'm confused. Did I miss the part where Lydia stated that she underfed her child? I am sure there are a lot of mums watching this and can relate. When you give birth and you are released from the hospital, it is normal for your newborn to lose weight. I had 5 kids. I know very well. Now, once again, I know they have their issues. I know they've done wrong, but go after them for that. Do not exaggerate stories. Do not embellish stories to perpetuate hate and dislike towards these people, and at worst involve a child in it. Like I said, she has to exaggerate it and make it sound worse than it really is. I did not hear this young lady complain about waking up just to feed her baby. you fucking moron. She is exhausted. As I said, how any new mother would know. She did not say that she wasn't going to feed him at night. She said wouldn't feed him if he wasn't awake. Firstborn, he was a little bit over 10 pounds. My second baby, she was nearly 9 pounds. And my pediatrician told me that if they are asleep, do not wake them. They will wake up when they are hungry. So not that you got to be on this 2.5 hour schedule all the time. I understand if you're breastfeeding, yes, absolutely. But each parent is different. Well, they are in the fundy world and they don't do anything else than to follow books, and that is just up Katie Joy's arse, because Katie Joy's echo chamber believes that they are like robots and they follow everything that Katie Joy says that they do. Katie Joy speaks no lies. Katie Joy has this omnipresence where she's all over. She knows everybody's business. She knows facts. Nobody else knows better than her. Bull fucking shit. Because Katie goes off hearsay. Katie Joy embellishes a story. Katie Joy doesn't even fact check properly. Where in that post did anyone hear this young lady discuss neglecting her child? Now remember, I said to you guys that Katie Joy, in the strongest opinion that I've ever had, should definitely not be a mother. From sitting on a panel with 2 other women and confidently is saying how she believed that her son is capable of murder because he could easily be manipulated because of his disability.
My son is autistic, so
okay. Do you believe that your son could be manipulated into murdering somebody?
yes,
You do.
yes.
Why? And how? And where is your son at on the spectrum?
He's high functioning
He's high functioning. Why do you think that could happen?
because they're vulnerable.
Because that you're actually the first one that we've talked to that has said that.
I think anyone that has autism can be manipulated because they're vulnerable.
How you would always yell at your child when he needed you, but you were too busy gossiping and seeking attention from people online. And those clips are at the beginning of this video. How you said you would sell him on the black market if you could, then said, I'm just joking. Never ever heard of anybody joke that way. I left him in pain with an excruciating headache for 3 days, which could have led to something much more catastrophic.
Monday night was brutal. Puking everywhere, headaches, so much pain. He was in so much pain. Then it just got progressively worse and worse. Tuesday night, I got him to not puke as much, but then we woke up this morning and it was like he still couldn't open his eyes. The shunt is like this tiny little bump that sits on the top of your head. It helps your cerebral spinal fluid like sift through your body. If you get too high of pressure in your brain, it can actually cause really bad problems. And it can lead to brain damage and death. We have no idea how this happened, but somehow his shunt program, which sits on the top of his head by a magnet, it changed settings. When it goes in between, it doesn't actually land on the setting. The valve is wide open. Fluid is just flowing out. So his brain was like really dehydrated.
Remember how you told every day how you hate Mother's Day? You don't keep up with these life-saving meds.
So let me show you what his medicine looks like, just so you can see it. So the medication that they take to save your life is called Solucortef. Oh, looks like we need to order some. But this is what it looks like. Here it is. A bunch of them. And you have to have needles. Some more though, because I only see one in there. This is one, I think this is expired. Yeah, they're all expired. They're all expired. Order some more. So anyways, that tiny little bottle is not prominently carried. So if you think of it this way, like epinephrine and those type of things are typically carried in an ambulance, but someone who has adrenal insufficiency, if they don't get that shot, they can die. So no, well, we have a ton of them. So we order a ton of them, but we have nurses that X out and get rid of the expired ones. So we have an expired, our nurses manage all of his medication. So there's a bucket with all of his expired meds, and then they properly dispose.
You threw your own son under the bus to get a reimbursement from Apple? You left him stuck in a room for 10 hours, Katie Joy.
Is he not asleep? Is he asleep? Come on.
I have spent 10 hours in that room.
It's been a busy day. Sorry, you guys. It's been a rough day for everyone. Everyone's tired. He's not falling asleep. Everything will be fine. He has insomnia, yes. But when he gets really emotional, he has a hard time falling asleep. And he's very emotional. So I have to go because I need to take over for my husband. He is at his wit's end, and I want to thank you guys for being here. And bye.
You use your son as a shield so people can stop calling you out. And that's just a few. The list can go on and on and on. Now let's take a look at the comments that was left under this post, which obviously from what's left of the comments, Katie Joy has deleted quite a few. I'm sure the baby was supposed to help her not be deported. Poor kid. I'm on team deportation with this chick. I'm on team educate yourself. Because at the end of the day, I think you are the only one and the most ignorant one to think that she had a baby to help her not be deported. Come on, lady. Not sorry to say, but I don't think she should be a parent. CPS take baby before they hurt him. If I can't handle every 2 hours, I should not be a mom. And who are you to decide that? Who are you to decide that? Because somebody that leaves their son in excruciating pain for 3 days because she feels she knows best. How is that compared to, as you're saying, this woman, in your mind, believing Katie Joy, was neglecting her child by not feeding the way you thought she should have been feeding her child? And if anybody, including Katie Joy, did call CPS, fucking shame on y'all. Because Katie Joy, not once in here has she said, please do not send hate. Please do not take matters in your own hands, call CPS. Please do not do anything, do not go real life. Nothing. And I would not be surprised, in my opinion, if Katie Joy herself called CPS. Would not surprise me. Interesting she had to have him early due to growth issues. Now that he is here, she's purposely not nourishing him. In total agreement, some people really shouldn't be parents. Now there you go. Nowhere in that clip of hers, I'm sure they didn't even bother watching that clip because they took Katie's word for everything. And this woman clearly states that she is purposely not nourishing. Can you guys see the harm that Katie Joy causes? Because these idiots can't do their due diligence and fact check her. No, Katie Joy tells the truth. People, once again, Katie Joy is all for herself. She gives a fuck about you. She gives a fuck about her kid, her own kid. So that should speak volumes. This one with it. German social services will be quicker than their US counterparts to remove the child from them if the baby loses weight from not being fed enough. Why don't you do yourselves a favor and educate yourselves? As an immigrant myself, it is so important to know why people are here in the United States and would love to live in the United States. People like me and my family came for a better life, for ourselves and for our kids. And not a day goes by I do not thank the Lord for me and my family being here in the United States. Have any of you fact-checked Katie Joy to see exactly why this young lady is being deported? Because I can guarantee this is not easy for her. And fundy or no fundy, she will not leave her kid when she is being deported. So for those ignorant people, or should I say for that ignorant person in Katie Joy's comment stating that she had a baby to save her from being deported, educate yourself. Because at the end of the day, I really and truly don't think that she would leave her kid behind and move to another country, a whole nother country. Because let me educate you, when you are facing deportation, you have a kid in this country. They are an American citizen. They are allowed to stay. That person being deported is sent back to their home country. They cannot come back to the United States. They can only try to reapply after 10 years. And for the most part, majority of them are not allowed back in. Whereas you are supporting, and this person in the comments that is being so harsh towards this young lady is supporting Katie Joy, a woman that dislikes kids in general, in my opinion, and is angry of what she was dealt. And also, she neglects her own son. The proof is in these clips. Also, let me enlighten you while I am at it. Katie Joy herself exploited her own child. Google, as Katie Joy says, Google is your friend. Google Katie Joy and look at the digital footprint she created about her son. She ripped him of his dignity from a very young age. The stuff she shared about him can never be erased. Yet, she lies, degrades, and judges other mums. Again, if anyone calls CPS, you should be ashamed of yourself. Most importantly, because you took the word of a known and proven liar, somebody that exaggerates stories, embellishes stories just to suit her storyline so she can profit off of whatever she's reporting. Now, shall we go on with mother of the century, Katie Joy, as she would love people to think, or wants people to believe what a fantastic mother she is. From the little bit that I saw, she's the shittiest mother going. And you want to come for me? Come for me. I don't claim to be the best parent. I don't claim to be a perfect parent. But guess what? My kids are my number one priority. I am there at their beck and call. Whether they be 26 years of age, whether they be 13 years of age. Even my granddaughter that's turning a year old. I will drop everything to make sure they are okay. I will not leave my child sitting with a headache or even a fever for more than an hour. When you're almost 11-year-old just wants his mummy because he's sick. Now this is what they do in their household. This is how they communicate with each other, because Katie Joy is too fucking engrossed and stuck in social media that she can't put it down to make sure or check up on her son. He's crying. He says he misses you and wants you in here. He just wants his mommy to make him feel better, he said. So sweet. We definitely have our roles. Yep. Can you relate, mamas? I personally cannot relate to communicating with someone in my household taking care of my sick child when I am in the same house and, as KJ does, prioritizes social media over a kid. But this is the norm in their household, because let me show you an example of other instances where Katie Joy is more focused on social media than taking care of her own child. This is how they operate in their home. When Todd needs something or needs Katie Joy to take over, she's so fucking busy on social media that he has to text her. As you can see from this screenshot at the top there, Tooth Fairy is her husband Todd, and he says, can you do his food and meds? To which Katie Joy ignores and continues to be on her live and ignores the needs of her child or help out with taking care of her child that needs to be fed. Next one. Now this was when she was covering Josh Duggar. It's the same thing as last night. He's not really asleep yet. I need a few minutes to myself before it's time. Again, she ignores the message and continues with her live, because why should she, when she is discussing her favorite person, Josh Duggar, that she cannot let go of, that is in prison where he belongs, and the only person keeping him relevant is Katie Joy Paulson, aka Without a Crystal Ball. Her own husband wasn't important enough for her to end that live where she was discussing that piece of shit, whereas her husband was at his wit's end. He needed a break, but she failed to acknowledge that. And that tells me everything I need to know about the person she is. And you guys can come to your own conclusion and make up your own minds. This is the same thing that happened, in my opinion, when she left her son to be stuck in a room for 10 hours with Todd, which again, you could hear from that video that Todd was at his wit's end. He needed to be relieved. He actually you could hear he was taking his frustrations out on the poor kid. Whilst, again, she stayed on her Instagram live instead of taking care of her husband, relieving him, going and being with her kid that was stuck in a room for 10 fucking hours. So I say all this to say, stop taking Katie Joy's reporting as fact. Do your due diligence. Katie Joy claims to be an advocate. Advocates do not act this way. Advocates do not spread hate, do not put victims in harm's way, and they definitely do not lie on them. Do your due diligence, people. All you Katie Joy flying monkeys, staunch supporters of hers, you are just as bad as Katie Joy is for doing this. At the end of the day, you may look at this individual as a fundy. I look at this individual as a human being who deserves not to be degraded, who deserves not to be humiliated, who deserves not to be targeted. Katie Joy doesn't give two fucks about these people. Bear in mind, and this I have seen over and over and over again, no matter which fundy she's talking about, no matter even in something in the secular world, Katie Joy does not give no fucks about the well-being of anybody. She is going to do what she needs to do to put money in her bank account. She doesn't care who she overrides. She does not care who she hurts. Do not allow her to keep doing this. It is wrong on so many levels. There's a little child involved here. And in regard to Lydia's deportation, you guys, maybe you should get your head out of Katie Joy's ass and do proper research and stop blindly following or believing Katie Joy, who in my opinion, is known to be a liar. A person that has zero empathy, that doesn't care about anything or anyone else but herself, not even her husband or her son. And for those that are excited about this woman being deported, have you ever thought about where this young lady is being sent back to? Do you all know where and why she is being sent back? The conditions her and her baby are being sent back to. So I suggest, educate yourself. Don't just take Katie Joy's word for anything. She will lie with whatever she needs to get those clicks, views, and she so badly wants the attention, notoriety, and fame. She is hurting so many people. She has hurt so many people. It is absolutely disgusting. If you go and you watch my YouTube shorts, please do. Because Katie Joy has never ever changed. Katie Joy is the same person she was when she started YouTube, and all she has done is polished herself up. But that polish will only get you so far, as we have experienced with Katie Joy, because sooner rather than later, she always exposes herself and how she is truly tarnished and fucked up. Now, please do your due diligence. Don't just take Katie's word for everything. Stop going and leaving hate comments towards anybody that Katie Joy covers. Because at the end of the day, just remember one thing. These people are humans too. They have feelings too. They know no better. They'll do no better. You can't make them see anything. They've got to figure it out on their own. But in the meantime, nobody is to ridicule them, harass them, and berate them. Or even lie or fabricate a situation like I just showed you Katie Joy did, to hate them. Unacceptable. That's what I have for now. I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please be safe out there, be kind to one another, and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.